So I'm starting this video because lately there's been a lot of card skimming out there, and I just wanted to kind of give my take on how you can go about protecting yourself from these card skimmers, because I've been in the financial industry for about, I don't know, 15 years now, and it doesn't take a genius or a person in this segment to realize what you need to do in order to keep safe. But I'm going to give you some tips anyway, because I feel that, especially right now during the holidays, fraud is very, very hot right now, and card skimming is one of the easiest ways for these thieves to get a hold of your money. So I'm just going to list some ways as to how you can protect yourself during the holidays and beyond. So the first thing that you guys should be doing, that you are probably not doing, is you shouldn't use your debit cards for purchases anymore. I don't recommend using your debit card for purchases. I think that you guys should be using your credit cards. Yes, the debit cards come out of your checking account, and sometimes they're even linked to your savings if you have some sort of overdraft protection. So if you're using your debit card as your primary source of payment, then that could be a problem, because once these skimmers get a hold of that, then they can really just wipe you clean, like your own funds. And the reason why I recommend a credit card is because with the credit card, it's not your money that you're utilizing, or it's not your money that they're going to compromise. It's the bank's money. So when you use a credit card and the bank has lent you a credit card, they have a line of credit that you can go up to. And if that card were to ever get compromised, it's not your cash, it's not your funds. Your checking account and your money is safe because you never used your debit card, or you never used checks, or you never basically put your account number out there. So it's the bank's money that will get compromised if you use a credit card, as opposed to your own card attached to your checking account and your savings account. I've seen it plenty of times where somebody will get wiped out because a card skimmer would get your information from your debit card and wipe you out clean. And that's how they're able to get cash, by the way. They're able to get cash out of the ATM because it's an account with cash. With a credit card, you can't withdraw cash from a credit card. So it's just best if you guys use your credit cards, because number one, it's not your money, it's the bank's money that they're going to compromise. Number two, they can't even withdraw cash if they wanted to. So they would have to, yes, spend it like on online banking purchases, but you're protected anyway, so that money's going to come back to you. In the meantime, your checking account and your savings account is protected, so all your payments and direct deposits are protected. So direct deposit, when you get paid on Friday, that's going to be your money that you're going to be seeing in your checking account. It's not going to be compromised. And all those payments that are coming out for your mortgage or your rent or your utility bills or your Netflix, whatever it is that's coming out of your checking, it's okay because that hasn't been compromised. It's only your credit card that's been compromised, so stick with credit card purchases. That's the number one thing that I can give you as a tip, and I think that's the most valuable out of this list. Number two is, when you're using your card, anywhere you go, be cautious as to where you're using it. I mean, yes, a Valero gas station is where the skimmers place those devices, but you want to make sure, you want to kind of touch and grab at what you're putting your card into. Sometimes they can just fall off or come right out if someone placed it there, right? And you want to kind of move it, shift it around. I know it seems silly to do, and I know it seems kind of a paranoid thing to do, but you need to do this. It's just required nowadays because fraud is so hot right now, especially again during the holidays. It's gonna get even worse. So if you want to protect yourself, just kind of move the device, see if it comes out. If it does, obviously that's a skimmer or it's probably broken. Either way, you shouldn't be using it. 3 is when you're using your PIN number, and again, I I am totally against using your debit card as your main source of purchases, but if you need to, if you don't have a credit card and if you haven't qualified for one or you just can't get approved for one and you need to use your debit card, then you're using your PIN number. Try not to use your PIN number. Try to do signature purchases at every store you go into, but signature purchases, obviously you're not putting your PIN number in there, right? So the perpetrator or the thief won't have access to your PIN number. The only way they get a hold of your PIN number is if they have a camera right next to where you're putting your card, and that's how they get your PIN number. So if you're using your debit card, cover up your PIN number with your hand. Again, this seems a little like paranoia, but just use it so you can cover your PIN number, so it's hidden from the cameras. But even then, you should have checked it first. You should have checked the device. Sometimes skimmers don't place the device. Sometimes they just have the camera on there. So that's why I'm saying still cover up your PIN number, because they can see what your PIN number is, and if they get a hold of your card somehow, they can simply just go to the ATM and enter that 4-digit PIN number that they had access to or you gave them access to. So just cover your PIN number with your hand when you're putting in the number, okay? And then the number 4 tip is possibly just getting a prepaid debit card, because it's going to be attached to just that, just those funds. It's not going to be attached to your primary bank. You're basically just using this prepaid debit card for purchases like at gas stations or grocery stores or whatever, where skimmers are more likely to take advantage of you. So prepaid cards, they do cost money. Some of them cost money to do, but it's well worth it. I think if you're trying to stay safe, I think it's a great way to protect yourself against card skimming. The number 5th way is opening up just a separate account for these types of purchases with your own financial institution. So it's similar to the prepaid card, except you're opening an account separate from your own account at the same financial institution. So walk into your financial institution, whether it be Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, or your local credit union. Let them know, hey, can I just open up a separate account just for these purchases, and keep my main account separate from everything else, and that usually works. So those are 5 ways that you can protect yourself against card skimmers. And if you guys have any additional tips, feel free to leave them in the comments below.